Comment section. Boom, boom, ba-da-dum. All right, let's see, we got this set up. Hello, everybody. Let's see here. Live. All right, it looks like it's live. Hey, if you're joining me, go ahead and put a comment in the comments stream. That way I can see if everybody's doing stuff. And chat. It's an interesting new feature. You know, every time I come back to this software, it's got new features on it. Interesting. Hey, yep, there it is. Bam, 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 bam. What's happening, you guys? What's the haps? What's the haps? It's been a minute since I've been back on. Told you I'd be here. Okay, let's see. I wonder if I should put that up here. I can look at it there. It'd be good to see. Let's see if I got room on this monitor over here. This one. This one. This is the good one. Put this one over here. Got too many monitors in my office. Okay, comments. Squeeze that over to there. There we go. Bam. So what's up, you guys? What's up? Who all's in here? Who else have been here? Who's up in here? Yeah. Janine, what's happening? What's up, Steven? What's up? What's up? What's up? I've got a way to kind of show people where well, not show people, where I can actually see your name. I actually have to be here on Facebook at the same time looking because my live streaming software needs your permission for me to share your name. So you guys will see up there in the post where it says, I'm broadcasting with Ecamm Live. Interact, you got to grant permission for your name to come across in the comments. But that's okay. I see you in the Facebook group, so if it's there tonight, I'll be able to see it. What's up, Dion? Glad you like the background, Stephen. That's great. Yes, yes, yes. Little BP. That's right. I've been shooting a ton of content, new programs, all kinds of stuff. It's been keeping me busy for a while, so I had to put the background in. And there's several there. There's actually 3 different drops behind me. It's pretty cool. So we had to install that here in the studio. Let me know, is my audio coming through okay with you guys? Got something exciting to share with everyone. I already showed you the picture. Dun, 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 dun. That's why I've been missing in action for a while. Had to finish the development. Pretty awesome stuff. This is the first of the mini relaunch of my nutraceutical company, Helion. And it's super, super exciting. Had to start with the flagship first. Flagship. So we survived the Nothing Burger Hurricane here a couple weeks ago. Let's see, bam, bam, bam. Yes, Brandon, it is fulvic and humic acid, among other things. That's what the FH stands for in the name of the product. I feel like I'm like, hi. FHSMX. So it's fulvic and humic acid, along with shilajit, which I've extracted myself so you don't have to deal with that nasty paste anymore, and 2 different sources of ancient sea minerals, unlike anything out there. This right here is my most amazing creation that I've ever done in my entire career, is right here in this bottle. I like that. So it's pretty doggone exciting. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that tonight, see what you're up to, and see if I can answer any questions, of course, not just, you know, give you the sales and marketing shtick. But you don't got to do that. You know, it's okay because I got to save you from a lot of stuff out there. So how you been, Brandon? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the development of this product has taken me quite a while. It has been wrought with all kinds of challenges. Probably can't see it through my shirt tonight. I probably should have worn a different shirt. But we're there. We got the first round of third-party testing all done. So everything is verified and GMP compliant, which is great. I mean, great, Brandon. Yeah, and I haven't been on TikTok in quite a bit either. I'll be going live on there in a little bit, though. You'll see me turn that on, but I always like to get with the Balance Nation first and give you guys some time and chat. Yeah, so hey, let's just get into it because that's what I wanted to do tonight, is kind of let you guys know. So, just a quick little background. So, years ago, back in 2005, I started a nutraceutical line, and it was for physicians only, right? So, it was only through physicians um, that were practicing integrative or functional medicine like I do. And I was really open for the general public. And so, few things happened in my life back in the day, so forth and so on. And I had to suspend company operations for a while. And started focusing on training other clinicians around the world and developing that way. And then I was, building houses and managing my other businesses that have nothing to do with this stuff. And just said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to kind of put it to the side and until a later date, and that date has come. So, over the last 3 years, 2.5 more rigidly, I've been back in the saddle, back in formulary and procuring raw materials and stuff like that. And it finally took me a while, but got a manufacturing facility of my own. So now I do all my own manufacturing, which is awesome sauce. I don't have to lease or co-pack with other companies. So I do everything myself in-house, me and my team, of course. And, of course, the first and foremost thing per balance protocol, key one, which you'll see here on the bottle if you guys ever come to it. So every supplement that is going to be offered by Helion, Helion, is going to be balance protocol approved, of course, but it's going to fall within the 2358 framework. So it is going to be the first of its kind in that. This is a nutraceutical line that is dedicated to a specific clinical method and framework. So everything will come in there so that way you can practice balance protocol on your own. It's going to be pretty awesome. Not sourced from China. No, not from China. No China. Yep, I control everything now, Brandon. I own own my own facility. I own all the equipment. I source, I've always sourced my own ingredients, but yep, soup to nuts, start to finish, every little aspect of it, bam. It's all under my puppeteering. It's pretty awesome. So everything goes through me. Yep, it's pretty awesome. So out there, a lot of people have probably, and if you've gone through Balance Protocol and Viro, and you're in the water module, we talk about minerals and adding them to it. But then you're kind of limited to certain products out there, mineral drops like concentrates or trace minerals and so forth. So I've far and away exceeded that. What's up, Jeremy? Good to see you, baby. Yeah, I waited until just a little bit earlier, just about a half hour heads up, Jeremy, to let everybody know I was coming on. I need to start letting people know earlier in the day. But, had things to do. Got things to do. Website development and all that kind of fun stuff to launch the product. So, anyways, so the F stands for fulvic, the H stands for humic, the S stands for shilajit, and the M stands for marine. And this is a complex. So this is actually what we refer to it as a cellular balancing complex. So essentially the design and the intent and the mechanism of action of this product is number one, to provide you with a source of all of those particular nutritious molecules. That's the first thing. The second thing is to facilitate a mechanism of action of delivering nutrient molecules and hormones to your intracellular organelles more efficiently, and to facilitate the waste product of cellular respiration out without it having to deal with all of the limited factors that do that. So having this on board is going to be a game changer for everyone. There are no contraindications of the product. So for every man, woman, child, dog, bird, reptile, fish, you name it, it's awesome. So I built it that way. Yes, sir. So that's it. So this is my cellular balancing complex. So everything, all your health and wellness strategies begin and end with it. Now, you got to be careful because with some of your other supplements, it will potentiate them. So you got to be mindful of that. So if you're doing other type of therapeutic molecules, you're going to have to make sure that you are mindful that the potency will be increased. Yes, Brandon. So this product, not just the fulvic acid, so FHSMX, cellular balancing complex, will absolutely replace concentrates. And here's the funny thing: you guys want to know the inside scoop because everybody knows. Hey, Mary, what's happening? That I'm a Q square M square guy, right? Per balance protocol tenets, 101, qualify, quantify, measure, monitor. So what I did is I literally purchased all these type products that are on the market and of course concentrates, and I sent it off to the labs for third party testing. And it has cost me thousands and thousands of dollars to do it. But I now know with firsthand skin in the game the actual amount of minerals that are in every one of those products. And this product exceeds it 10, 20 fold sometimes, 10 fold other times, 4 fold other times, 9, 7, and 2 times the concentration. So the actual product is relatively dark also. So you guys will see that. And I have a special dose tip. So that was pretty cool. So you have precise dosing and so, okay. And the dose is 3 drops, and there's a 3-month supply in one bottle. I feel like I'm on QVC or something. But that's right. So it's a 3-month supply in this little 60 milliliter. It's highly, highly, highly concentrated. Of course, I put it through my proprietary process. So I make these even more potent to the body based upon energy, frequency, and vibration. just like I did with my oral IV product years back. So it's got that technology built into it. It's legit. So awesome. So if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. And we don't just have to talk about my product tonight. I just want to share that with the family and let you guys know because I'm super excited about it. But if you guys have any other questions or things, got things going on in the health and wellness space, and everybody's worried about the hoax coming back and all those draconian things. I'm not. I really don't feel that they'll do that nonsense. But you never know with these kids, these crazy people. But of course, the product it has no other ingredients other than its ingredients. So there's no preservatives, there's no flavors, there's no additives, there's no stabilizers, nothing. Nature in its purity. No adulteration whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. And this is just one of many. I'm relaunching my entire line, so you guys will have that. I'm not even going to give you guys the website tonight yet, but I'm going to launch that here soon. I'll let you guys know because I'm going through and testing all the back end of it and making sure I don't get hacked again. I have my own private server now, so I own that, and it's a whole other ball game. Do not comply last time and not going to this time. Amen. Amen. Screw that jazz. Never did. Stephen says, so would you recommend not using a multiple with minerals? I mean, you can. Okay, so this doesn't. So here's the thing. The interesting thing about it is I love minerals. As you guys all know, in Balanced Protocol, we get down to the 4 common denominators of minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, and vitamins. Everything boils down to that. We deal in those as opposed to complex constructs such as herbs and hormones and things. We use those as well, but they're a much you know they have a different frequency and they have a different use. Still useful, but as far as like using if that's what you're asking me, a multiple with minerals. If you're talking about a multi, then yes, this replaces that. And I'm not a big fan of most multis out there. Um, because they just have so much other junk in them, and they're wrought with a lot of different things. I have a formulation of a multi, and I have historically, but I'm still trying to grab certain things that will make it correct where it needs to be. So I won't be offering that for a bit, but minerals that are in multis will have a last name. No mineral in here has a last name. So we're not having magnesium glycinate or threonate or oxide. Okay, the magnesium in here is magnesium. Everything in this product is all free and ionic. It's not bound to anything. That's the problem with shilajit, is it has so much carbon. Most of those minerals are bound up in there and people aren't getting what they need from it. So what I did is I took shilajit and I rectified it. In other words, I put it through my particular process to where I remove all the good and take away all the restrictive stuff from shilajit. Because shilajit is a great thing, but there's a huge difference in quality out there. Like you should never take shilajit that's in a powdered form, because that's just low on the ground, low altitude shilajit that they just grab and it's already dry and they grind it up and they put it in stuff. Kind of like that company Cellcore. That's what they use. They put it in their capsules. So they use anybody who's using a powdered shilajit is just using, there's some nutritional value to it. There's some function, but it's really bottom of the barrel stuff. What's up, Austin? How you doing, buddy? Austin wanted to know, what are some of the practices or strategies you suggest for mindset? Well, the first thing is journaling. The second thing is prayer. Third thing is meditation. Fourth thing is neurolinguistic programming. So I start patients on those. Reading the works of the Stoics, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so minerals, they're fabulous. I love minerals. Um, and so the thing about it is you got to look at what they're remember in Balance Protocol we talk about source, form, dose, frequency, and duration, and that's what makes things up, right? How they're going to have effect on the body. Mm-hmm. What's my opinion on chlorine dioxide? I think it's a very useful clinical tool. And since you asked, coming forward, the two reagents that are necessary to produce chlorine dioxide will be available through my nutraceutical line in the future. Yep. So you'll have the sodium hypochlorite and the citric acid in a two-part combination. You'll be able to, grab those and put them together and make your own. So I will be supplying the raw materials for those. Now, keep in mind, as with everything out there in the noise and confusion of the info space, it's one of those kind of things where so many people will bastardize and pollute something that's good and not give any inclusionary or exclusionary criteria for it. So, Jeannie, the thing is when it comes to chlorine dioxide, it's not the end all to begin all, and it has its downsides, it has its contraindications, and there's a right way, and there's definitely some wrong ways, and there can be some consequences to it. But I am a fan of chlorine dioxide. I've used it clinically for decades. Timothy, what's up? Hey, Dr. Beck, what's your new product tested for heavy metals? Yes, I have a full and complete workup of all heavy metals, microbial plate, and of course, all the mineral content that's in there. There's 84, but technically, there's only, when it comes to minerals, you can have content in there, but it doesn't put it at levels to where it would really be a significant source of it because there's a lot of trace minerals. Um, like for instance, you take concentrates. Concentrates is a great mineral drop supplement, but it misses a lot of things. Okay, and quite frankly, I use their source, same source, as one of the sources for the ingredients in this product. Okay, so this is 10x, 20x better and superior than concentrates. Yep. Concentrates is not high in arsenic historically. I have just recently done a full and complete testing of that, and it did not come back with high arsenic. So pretty interesting. And yes, so in my and here's the thing, man. If I wish I had a stream key that would allow me to show you guys my other screens and stuff here, which I don't. This is Facebook really limits that. There is a way, but I just don't have it set up. Anyways, and I'll show you guys the third-party testing. All that will be available on the website. You'll be able to see boop, what heavy metals are in there and not in there, right? But naturally, you're going to find certain things. Arsenic will be naturally occurring, but mine doesn't have any in it. Aluminum, but that's naturally occurring. There's going to be things that are actual metals and that are on the periodic table, but that's a part of nature's complex. It's not the same thing as having a last name, like say um, aluminum sulfate, right? So that's just the way that works. As you should be cautious about mineral drops too. Also, I'm just reading the rest of your thing there, Timothy. Yeah, because people will get them from garbage sources. They're just putting them into bottles and manufacturing and things like that. Here comes Brandon with all the great questions. Ideal bowel transit time, ideal is 18 to 24 hours. I had a patient today, not my patient, but one of my preceptees over in the UK. Shout out to Nick. We were reviewing one of his patient cases today, and she had a bowel transit time of 50 hours, 50 hours. Yep, and she was wondering why she was having problems. And that's not the only issue. There's other things, but yeah, bowel transit time of 50 hours is horrible. Austin says, I have the brand Trace Minerals now. How well did that one test for fulvic? Trace Minerals has zero fulvic. There's no fulvic in Trace Minerals. None whatsoever. Big fat zero. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the shortcomings of that product. So, Trace Minerals, Concentrace out of Utah. There's zero fulvic in it. See, that's the problem with these trace mineral products is they do not have the fulvic and or humic built into them, like this product does, or like a Shilajit would, or stuff like that. So they lack the transport power. But of course, you could buy that separately. But then now you're having to take multiple products. It's not off subject, Steve. You can ask anything you want. Do you feel that black seed oil is of value if cannot get IVM? Yes, I think black seed oil is fantastic. You got to be careful though; it has some downsides to it. I'm not going to get into that, but I have sourced black seed oil, and that will be coming out in my line soon. And check this out, Doc. It is the most concentrated source on the planet that I have ever seen, with 7% TQ. 7. No one else has it. So I'm super excited. So that'll be coming out here soon too as well. Yeah, in the coming next few months. So I think Black Seed is wonderful. Definitely has its place. PT Web, what's up, man? What can you do for poor circulation? Well, the first thing for circulation, of course, is movement. You have to move the body. Okay, so circulation, poor circulation, you have to move the body. Okay, you have to move, you have to stretch, move, stretch, and learn to become more flexible. That's the other thing. Um, so you got to get the body systems moving. So walking, exercise, rebounding, bouncing, doom, 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 another thing great for poor circulation. But for circulation, you have to get your electrochemistry correct in your body. That's the number one thing. Is circulation has to do with the ZETA potential in your cardiovascular system altogether, right? So what's going on in your arteries and veins in the heart that's pumping it? So you have to get that electrolyte. Um, when I say electrolyte, I'm not talking about just salts. You have to get your mineral energy correct. Okay, if you have excessive cations, it's going to be more sludgy and sticky. If you have more anions, negative charge, you're going to increase that. That's what this product is designed to do. Absolutely, because in balance protocols, allostatic controls, the first one is that one of the first ones, one of the first 5 is that actual function. So this actually does that. So you've got to be able to facilitate the electrochemical composition of what's going around in your vascularity. Steven, yeah, 7%, baby. I got the third party testing done. It's amazeballs. It's amazing. And it'll be in drops like this. It'll come in. It's going to be in a 4-ounce bottle. And here's the other thing about this, guys, is no plastics. Nothing that I've done to process or manufacture this supplement has ever touched plastic. How you like them apples? Because when you're dealing with those type of ingredients, you do not want to have them in contact with plastics. There are fulvic and humic products out there that are sold in plastic. Yikes. Not a good thing. So keep your questions coming, you guys. Love to answer them. Okay, Brandon, you previously mentioned Epsom salts to move the bowels. How often is safe to take? Well, Epsom salts is, it's a gentle laxative. It's actually sold as that. Magnesium sulfate, USP. United States Pharmacopoeia. So in other words, there's no lavender in it or anything like that that you soak in the tubs and stuff. So doing it daily, but the next, it's so funny, this has turned into a big ass commercial tonight. So my next product that's actually coming out is BM2MX, which is my bowel repotty training peristalsis tableted product. That'll be coming out pretty soon. So Epsom salts works through irritation. Basically, it keeps fluid in the bowels from being reabsorbed into circulation, and that's its mechanism of action. So it's one of a laxative of effect, as opposed to making the muscles contract. But to answer your question, Brandon, daily, but you really shouldn't do it for more than a couple of 2 or 3 weeks while you fix the other parts that are contributing to why the bowels aren't moving or being insufficient or having a slow transit time. But you over time, if you're using mag sulfate, Epsom salts, you can kind of make the bowel a little bit the chemistry's off, so that way you're speeding up things as the transit time is going through there, so you can tend to induce some imbalances in taking up the nutrients that you need. Says, what do you think of the vitamin C flush? I love the vitamin C flush. I've done it now for 30 years with patients. It's a critical component in balance protocol. It's very effective in doing what it does. Of course, I use a complex of mineral ascorbates, fully buffered and reduced mineral ascorbates. Vitamin C is not just ascorbic acid to do it, because love me some minerals, because minerals move the molecules. That's my famous statement: minerals move the molecules. So minerals do everything. And so vitamin C flush is fantastic, and it is recommended. However, it is one of those things that has inclusionary and exclusionary criteria. There's some contraindications to it, and before ever I do an ascorbate calibration, some people call it a vitamin C flush, we need to get salivary and urinary pH log, because if you have an overly acidic urinary pH, you shouldn't be doing a vitamin C flush. Chronically tight right Achilles, never injured it. What would you try? Well, here's the thing. The muscles are work on bioelectrics. So first of all, stretching and massage, um, fascia release. Okay, even though you haven't ever injured it, but you can roll it, you can gua sha or metal scrape it. I also recommend electric currents in a certain frequency and waveform. I have a device that I use on my patients to do that. So microcurrent can be very beneficial. Not so much TENS, because TENS will really only work on the muscle and upper closer to the surface. You have to use microcurrent if you're going to be working on connective tissue itself, such as tendons, which is generally the case. Reason why that stuff is like that. So that's what I would do. But remember, the biological terrain governs everything. So if you don't have your biological terrain evaluated and balanced out, or at least working towards it, any of the structural issues are going to be a challenge for you, right? Yep, laser can be fantastic for tendons. Sure can. Dr. Wasserman, I agree with you completely. But again, there's limits to photonic energy based upon the status of the biological terrain. But for a lot of people, they don't need to do that, and they can go straight to photobiomodulation of some sort, and it can be fantastic. Other people's not so much. So again, it comes back to you being a category of one and working with a clinician to be able to find out what's the best pathway for you specifically. Timothy asks, what are your thoughts on potassium bicarbonate as a supplement to get additional potassium and to balance acid and alkalinity from an animal-based diet? Yeah, it's very beneficial. I think it's a great strategy, quite frankly. I love potassium bicarbonate. It has its limitations, but I'm a fan. Repleting potassium with a bicarbonate is going to be a challenge if there's not another form of potassium that comes along with it. Very similar, same thing with magnesium. So this is the reason why another product that I'll have here shortly in the coming months will be my magnesium bicarbonate, magnesium chloride oral drops. Phenomenal. But yes, I think potassium bicarb is a great supplement. Add to your mineral water. It's marvelous, absolutely marvelous. Of course, I don't recommend an animal-based diet. Diets that inherently create secondary problems is your clue to avoid doing them, right? Just like vegan, right, or plant-based has its issues. 71-year-old male urinating multiple times at night. He takes a prostate supplement. Hey, Balance Nation, I'm going to go ahead and go live on TikTok here real quick. So just stand by. And I'll come back to answering that question. Boom. All right, cool. Okay, so 71-year-old male urinating multiple times a night. He takes a prostate supplement. Jeannie, why is he taking a prostate supplement? Let's ask some questions first before we start making recommendations. Why is he taking a prostate supplement? This is one of the issues that I take with a certain individual out there in the info space. Well, I do have a good prostate product that shrinks the damn thing. It's called Balance Protocol. That's the wonderful thing about it. What's happening TikTok? It's Dr. Anthony Beck, and I'm here double boxing tonight. I'm live over on Facebook with my Balance Nation family, and I figured I'd come on here and chat with you guys as well. So thanks for stopping by. We're doing some Q&A, all things health and wellness, so feel free to shoot your questions out, and I'll do my best here to answer everybody. I need to come here, open up another browser. Brandon, you gonna join me over there? He's always coming on different folks. Hey guys, feel free TikTok. Feel free to ask any of your health and wellness questions, guys. If you want to know a little bit more about my shtick, you can head over to my feed, watch some of my videos, kind of see what my shtick is, and feel free to come over here and ask some questions. Going to be here for a little bit. Okay, so sometimes he wakes up once a night, sometimes four, seems very random and not predictable, diet allergy. Okay, see, and this is a perfect example of what happens out there. So a patient experiences some symptoms such as waking through the night and it's random. Excuse me. And then there's some type of history of an enlarged prostate. And so people want to start taking a supplement for it. Well, the thing is you always have to qualify, quantify, measure, and monitor. You really need to put in the time to find out what are some of the contributing root causes as to why you may be experiencing, a prostate that is swollen, enlarged, irritated, or so forth, right? Brandon's asking me, prostate, can Kegels reduce prostate size? No, not in my clinical experience. Pelvic floor health for women and men is really super important, though. There's a lot of different exercises and therapeutics that can be done that are awesome for that. So that's a starting point. But at the end of the day, you really do need to be mindful that your biological terrain has everything to do with what's going on in your prostate. Excessive, non-cleared out various toxins and nutrient deficiencies we're going to of course yield towards hormonal imbalances. Poor dietary things are going to contribute to what's going on. with your membranes, if they're too, if they've got too much fatty acids versus sterols or saturated fats or vice versa. Both of those can manifest in prostate problems. So. What's the best strategies to help correct or balance a dysautonomic issue? Already correcting my labs as well. B1 helped for a while, even though my status was good. Yeah, that could be the case, Austin. Well, we got to find out what's going on with the dysautonomic issue. Everything dysautonomics has to do with the tone of your autonomic nervous system greatly, and that has everything to do with your mineral status and other things in your biological terrain. All right, Brandon, appreciate you over there on TikTok. All kinds of likes. Good stuff. Let me see if I missed any questions over here on TikTok. Anybody ask me something? It's a challenge to do both, but I could do it historically. So yeah, you guys, I'm super excited to be letting everybody know that my new product line is launching. Previously, it was only available to physicians around the world, but I have decided to open it up direct to the public. Helion. Not going to share the website with you guys tonight because we're just now getting into production. But this is our flagship product called FHSMX, which stands for fulvic, humic, shilajit, and marine mineral complex. So it's a cellular balancing complex. It puts every other product to shame. So if you're a big fan of, like, say, Celtic sea salt, it has 10, 7, 4, and 2 times the amount of trace minerals in this than anything else out there like that. It has almost 20 times more magnesium than Celtic sea salt, which is not a good source of minerals anyways, just so everybody knows. It's delicious. I like to use it. I have for years, but it's not a mineral supplement such as this. So FHSMX will be available shortly. I'll be back TikTok, and I'll let you guys know when you can do that. What's up, Josh? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good to see you, baby. How's everything in the down under? It's getting crazy down there, man. Man, those Aussies are doing something. My thought, Jamie asking me, what's my thoughts on LASIK for correcting eyesight? It's useful. It's a nice procedure. I mean, you always want to go to someone like here in Central Florida, Dr. Filatowski of the Filatowski Eye Institute. I haven't had it done or anything like that, but yes, but it has its downsides, but it can be very grateful, very useful, and a lot of people are grateful to have it. It has its limitations with a lot of things, but they actually have some newer technology now, and they're always coming out with that. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, I think LASIK is generally a good thing. They've got contact lenses now that you can wear while you sleep that correct your vision as well. I'm a big fan of the Bates method for eye and vision correction. That's an old school, decades old exercise, regimen for your eyes to correct vision. Timothy is saying the primary reason for his animal-based diet is to get enough protein in order to build muscle when lifting weights. I know the accepted theory is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Have you found that to be true in your research? What do you think you can still build sufficient amount of muscle without that much protein? Yeah, so I started out, of course, my undergrad time, Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia, and I was a health and fitness instructor, ACSM certified for a long time, and so I was a personal trainer for 12 years back in the day, and my undergrad study was in sports med, exercise phys, and I can tell you, it depends upon the patient. Now, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, I think is not accurate. I don't believe that you need that much. You just don't, number one. So I have profound skin in the game, Timothy, when it comes to training individuals, both in competitions. You may or may not know that I'm one of the go-to physicians of people that are out there in the extreme sporting world. Spartan races, toughest mutters. I've been on Ben Greenfield's podcast 3 times because of it. So, anyways, very well versed in that. I think a gram of protein per pound of body weight is excessive for some people. Is it harmful? I don't think so. But you don't have to go animal based in order to do it. As everybody should know, my philosophy on dietary thing is one that is determined by your biochemical individuality, and what you need is needs to be based upon repeatable, quantifiable labs. I don't need a gram of protein per pound of body weight, and the vast majority of my patients aren't doing that. A gram per kilogram. So there you go. That's what I think about that, Timothy. Yeah, Josh, man, I wish I could get access to Australia, but they're freaking import Nazis. But my new products are coming out. It's pretty awesome. So this is my cellular balancing complex, which is fulvic, humic, shilajit, and marine mineral complex. It's amazing. This bottle has 3 months supply. One dose is only three little drops. Three little drops. One, two, three. Bam. So it's pretty awesome. So there's 300 servings in this bottle. It's pretty dope sauce. So what's up, TikTok? A little quiet over there tonight. Yeah. I'll have to send you some. I could ship it in. I might have to send it as a plant fertilizer, Josh. They'll let that go through, but if it's a dietary supplement, they're funny about that in Australia. It's pretty funny. So TikTok, if you're wondering, I'm actually talking to my Facebook group, Balance Nation, at the same time as I'm talking to you guys. Like I'm kind of double boxing, going back and forth. Okay, what are the drops for TikTok? Okay, so this is a cellular balancing complex. It is a mineral supplement. That's what it is. So it's fulvic, humic, shilajit, and marine minerals. That's what this is for. So this is the starting point for providing your body the necessary foundational mineral sources across the board to facilitate the delivery of nutrients intracellular and the facilitation of cellular respiration products out. So one of the things we don't do is ever make claims that it does all these wonderful things whenever. No product is ever that way, but it's a starting point. It's for every man, woman, and child, and hairy family member out there. You can actually give these to your pets as well. But it's pretty amazing. So what I've done is I've brought all the benefits of fulvic and humic acid along with shilajit and sea minerals into one product, and it has we're just now launching it. It's taken about 3 years of product development. Just got all my third-party testing back, free of heavy metals, free of any microbes. It's, of course, shelf stable indefinitely. There's no preservatives, no additives, anything whatsoever. Other ingredients, none, zero. There's no preservative, dyes, colors, or anything artificial in there whatsoever. So that's what it's for. And I'll be sharing that with you guys here pretty soon on TikTok. It's not available until like next week. Next week, the website will go live and you guys will be able to get it. And I'll be on here more talking about it, of course, and letting everybody know the amazing. So it's going to be your starting point. Does it have a taste? Yes, it's going to have a very minerally taste to it. Very, very minerally. I don't suggest you put it straight in your mouth because it has a pH of 2.9, right? Because it's highly concentrated. So you can put it into any liquid. You can put it in your coffee, you can put it in your tea, your mineral water, whatever you want to do. You want to put it into that. It's amazing. But yes, it has a mineral taste to it. Brandon's asked me how to determine should something be taken in the catabolic or anabolic phase of the day. Um, Obviously, Brandon has balanced protocol deep magic knowledge, which is why he's asking such a question. because the human body, we are a cyclic human being. Most people are pretty much aware of the circadian rhythm, to where we have a cortisol curve that starts and goes down, and a melatonin curve that starts to go up and go down, indicating catabolic and anabolic phases of the day. So to determine whether something should be taken in catabolic or anabolic phase is determined by the nature of the actual substance that you would be consuming. Is it catabolic or anabolic, right? Sometimes we want to take things in phase, some things we want to take out of phase. It's a big question, Brandon. I'd love to answer you, but of course, here in this forum might be a little over people's heads. So yeah, anchored by. Hopefully, you'll come back around, come follow and stuff. And you'll be able to see me talking about this. I know I hate to bring it on here and talk about it when people can't get their little hands on it, but we just finished production and it's done. I just have to make a means for you guys all to be able to have access to it through the website. It is an ultra premium product, so it does have a premium price, but it is a 3-month supply. It's amazing. Best time to take is 3 times a day. 3 drops 3 times a day is the initial dosing. You can go up to 5 drops 5 times a day. There are times where you could do more under the supervision of someone, or under the consideration of other things, because we don't want to put too much mineral energy into the body all at once. More is not always necessarily better, right? So when you combine fulvic acid and humic acid and shilajit and marine minerals together, there's a synergy effect that I have found, and you don't need as much. That's the cool thing, right? So it's the best time to take it is when you remember to take it. Yep, pretty dope sauce. But it's powerful. I mean, it's one of those kind of things to where, I try to, we can't make claims, right? But it's a support and helpmate for all kinds of functions, digestive, energy production, hydration, your cellular integrity, your walls, enzymatic, activity, muscle endurance, stamina, things like that. Anchored by, what do you suggest for anxiety? Well, the first thing is sleep. The second thing is breath work. The third thing is physical movement. Then we get into prayer, meditation, journaling, gratitude, things of that nature. But if you're battling with anxiety, anxiety is a byproduct of consciousness. So I've never had a patient in a coma, call this the Dr. Beck coma test, ever complain of anxiety, right? Or depression. So the thing is anxiety is a byproduct of consciousness. So therefore, you have the ability to control it. Okay. So it is a feeling of anxiety. Like, we have no way to measure it. We can't see it in an MRI. We can't see it in an EKG. We don't see none of that stuff, right? It is a matter of consciousness. The secondary physiological responses that come from anxiety that people feel, increased, heart rate, blood pressure, angst, all that stuff that plays on your, prefrontal cortex there. Those are the things that are a byproduct of what you're doing. So, it's a matter of undoing those things, right? In love with those answers? Oh, well, that's great, anchored by. That's the thing. Now, most people are going to want me to say, oh, well, what you could do is you could take some Passiflora incarnata, homeopathic or otherwise, a little passion flower tea, or you could do a little kava kava, or you could take some L-theanine, that kind of stuff. Now, those can be helpful, okay? But are those deficiencies? So listen, I love drugs. I think, I'm an integrative and functional medicine physician going on 30 years pretty soon. And so we use medications, okay? But people don't have a Xanax deficiency. They don't have a Kava Kava deficiency, right? So those things can be useful, right? Wire trapped earth turds. Now that is a that is a screen name. Wire wrapped earth turds. Cool. A little biodynamic farming. Big fan. Magnesium. Well, here's the thing: the form that I use for magnesium and will be available through Helion here shortly, that I recommend the most, is a combination of magnesium bicarbonate and magnesium chloride orally, because you're not going to replete magnesium by just putting it on topically. There's a lot of benefits to it. Make no mistake about it, right? One of my TikTok friends makes a great topical product. But as far as magnesium is concerned, you get very little in the glycinates and threonates and the taurines and stuff, and those have a specific function. They're not going to replete your magnesium levels, though. And then there's the getting the magnesium into the cells and into the organelles within the cells. That's what this product is designed to do. Pretty awesome sauce. Brandon's asking, any advantage to R-lipoic acid over ALA, or is it just marketing? Yeah, there are some advantages, Brandon, of the R version of that. Yes, there are. It's not always superior or necessary, but yes, there are advantages to it in certain cases. Can you share the cost of the new product? Christine, yes. 138. 138 bucks. 3 months supply though. And you get rid of so many other supplements when it does it. But yes, it's a super complicated process to do, but it is an ultra premium, awesome supplement. 138 is going to be the price point on it. Let's see, Brandon, I love you, man. You've got you're always asking these questions. You just crack me up, brother. I love it. Okay, so the Morpheus 8. Okay, so that's a microneedling and radio frequency product machine that you'd go to either a dermatologist or to a plastic surgeon for. And yes, it's dope. It can be pretty doggone awesome. It's really for cases that, when your skin is really far gone, Brandon, just so you know. But I like microneedling. I like fractal lasers, um, and that kind of fun stuff. But yes, yeah, it's great. It will build collagen. It will reduce fine lines and wrinkles. It just is an expensive treatment. It will increase or increase the elasticity of the skin. But yes, all that stuff is youthful. Useful to make you youthful. It's pretty cool. So some people are very dogmatic about procedures. Like most people might not agree with me, but I'm a big fan. I do like dermal fillers, and I do love neuromodulators, also known as Botox, and I do love the lasers, even with radio frequency and stuff like that. I've used them clinically for years. I've lectured on their use at A4M and different medical conferences, and yeah, was trained by the guy who invented it. But yeah, so those can be very useful technologies, for the skin. But there's a lot of other things that you could do as well, guys. So you don't have to just have those type of laser treatments. I don't use them on my face. I use, of course, microneedling and good skincare and dietary stuff. But hey, we all get old. I'm 51, and so sometimes your skin's not going to look as youthful as it is. But you don't have to look like a porcelain doll either. And I live in Central Florida, so I get in the sunshine. One of the secrets to healthy skin is sunshine without sunscreen. Oh my God, he's blaspheming. But never burn. If you're going to be in excessive sun, of course you should use sunscreen. But there's a lot of purists out there. Laurette, do I ship to Australia? Historically, I haven't been able to get it to the down under. I'm going to try again. We're going to see. I don't know if things have changed on that. But to the U.S. and Canada, pretty doggone easy. But I'm just and I'm just launching the product, so it's going to be a learning curve on getting it to people in different countries. I have patients all around the world, including Australia, that would want it, but just a matter of being able to, import it is another thing, right? So, but it's absolutely phenomenal. It's pretty doggone awesome sauce, guys. Super thing. The labeling and all that sort of stuff. It just took a lot of development. But yes, I'm a huge fan of fulvic and humic acids and shilajit and of course marine minerals. But the issue is that a lot of the products on the market today don't take the time to remove, or number one, to source them from proper sources. Because with anything, there's different sources, right? It's just kind of like those cheap napkins that you get at a restaurant, and they could just give you a good napkin. There's powdered fulvic and humic products out there. There's products that are mineral or that have fulvic in them that are in plastic, and that's horrible because it will leach it. This product would if it was in plastic. It's never been manufactured or processed in the contact with any type of plastics whatsoever. So that's the great thing. But this is why we call it a cellular balancing complex, because it helps to facilitate molecules into the cell and molecules out, which makes a huge difference. Does baking soda flush the kidneys? No, it does not flush the kidneys. And baking soda, I call it baking soda. People go, baking soda. I'm a country thing. I'm from North Carolina. What do you expect? Baking soda does not flush the kidneys. It has no mechanism of action to flush them. And will it alkalize your urinary pH? It can. It will not shift alkalinity to any lasting degree in the body, but it's an amazing molecule. Sodium bicarbonate has a lot of useful things to it. Cleaning your house, cleaning your clothes, cleaning your skin, all kinds of fun stuff. It does not remineralize the teeth. It does not chelate heavy metals. That's one thing that people try to tell there. Baking soda does not have the ability to chelate heavy metals whatsoever. So that part's not true. Yeah, Christine, the volume cuts out, even though I'm on a wired connection because I don't have any EMF in my house. I'm not on a router. I don't have Wi-Fi in my house. I'm all wired in with a Cat6 cable. But that's Facebook. That's a byproduct of streaming to Facebook. They will actually have that, and so I have a different connection here to TikTok. So I'm on Facebook and TikTok at the same time streaming. Signal coming through okay for you guys over there on TikTok? Mm-hmm. Thanks for the roses, you guys. That's nice. It's always nice to get the little roses. That's what's fun about TikTok, Balance Nation, is get a little, put those little gifts in there, give you some roses. It's pretty cool. A lot of fun. Tatiana, okay, great. Thank you. I'm glad. Thanks for letting me know. So yeah, you guys feel free to ask any of your health and wellness questions. Sometimes people like me to myth bust. I try not to get into myth busting too much on here, but yeah, definitely give you a different opinion on things. Is high dose vitamin B1 therapy legit? No, it's not. It's really not necessary. I mean, there are times when we need to therapeutically dose on thiamine, okay, which is a wonderful sulfur backbone B vitamin, necessary in a lot of different processes in the body for sure. Christy says, what type of SR are you? SR. You mean Dr. Christy? The type is the wonderful type. Chris, I'll read between the lines. What kind of doctor are you? I am a doctor of naturopathy and oriental medicine. So my background is ND and DOM. Does magnesium help to sleep? Tatiana, it can. It can. And if we're talking about magnesium, and of course, if you've been on TikTok at any given time, and particularly in the health and wellness space, they're going to talk about the types of magnesium, the last name, I like to call it, of magnesiums. They have different mechanisms of action. We call it MOAs, right? Mechanism of action, and target tissues, right? So the last name will determine how it actually is utilized by the body. So it can, but I'm a bigger fan of certain types of magnesium that aren't necessarily so popular. Glycinate is a great magnesium, and that will you can replete magnesium levels with that over time. But taking something for sleep, like say magnesium threonate, right? Or it's a patented form by a company called Magtene. So magnesium threonate. People will tout that for sleep. But again, good sleep is not due to a magnesium threonate deficiency. If you have a magnesium deficiency, it can affect a whole lot of things up to and including your sleep. So, but so can other minerals. See, that's the other thing. Magnesium is a marvelous mineral, a lot of M's there. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to a balance of the whole biological terrain. Magnesium is not the end all to begin all. What should I take to help sleep? Well, for sleep, it is a process. It is an environment and a lifestyle intervention. Okay, so the first thing is it's circadian rhythm. So circadian biology is ruled by light in your life. What lights are in your life or not in your life. So you got to get that correct first. There's no just like poor sleep. Some people say, man, well I can take Dramamine. I could take diphenhydramine. I can take NyQuil. Okay. Some people can have Jack Daniels, or a martini, or some people can, smoke a little bit of cannabis. So, but those are just all band-aids. And so you have to get to your circadian rhythm being corrected first. So your light cycle is going to be absolutely critical. So light. Number two, you have to do with air and how and you breathe, right? So breath, right? The other thing is, of course, you're getting into the rhythm, making sure that you're in a cold, dark, quiet. I call it the sleep sanctuary. Okay, so my room is 67 to 68 degrees. All the light is blocked out of it. It's dark, it's quiet. I don't have any router or EMF going on at all in my home. So all of that stuff is at zero, right? And then I make sure I've, eaten, my blood sugar and my electrolytes are good to go, hour and a half to 2 hours prior to wanting to go to sleep. So it's a process. Depends upon multiple factors, essentially. Pretty cool. All right. Let's see, got some other questions back here on Facebook. Can omega-3s exacerbate insulin resistance? Not directly. Not directly. But again, the omegas, whether it be threes, sixes, or nines, have a interplay relationship with saturated fats in your membranes, and that has to do with a great many functions in your body for sure. But omega-3s exacerbating insulin resistance, I don't believe that to be the case at all. What are your thoughts on the Root brand and Dr. Rome? Well, you have to ask me more specifically, Christine, because the thing is it's just um, I don't we let's just say our principles and tenets do not align. She does not have a clinical method and a framework. Um, it's just selling pills, potions, and powders for things. So that would be my answer to that. Laura says, has a 7-year-old autistic son, and you've had previous discussions with me. I think I recognize, yes. We have a product with turmeric in it when he was diagnosed at 2.5 and used it for 3 years. He has a yellowish tinge in his feet and hands. I'm wondering whether the color has gone into his. Yeah, it can. It totally can. Um, Turmeric for autism, I think, would be silly. People don't have or express autism or autistic behaviors or tendencies due to having a turmeric deficiency. Turmeric is a source of sulfur, so therefore it can give other benefits for sure. But yes, it absolutely can lend pigment to the skin, just like drinking a bunch of carrots would too, turn you into an Oompa Loompa. Test his kidneys and liver every 5 months. I would ask, test them how? Tested everything, but everything is fine. Per who and through what lens are you looking through? Yellow skin, switch on light bulbs for you. His pancreas tests work. Well, yeah, I mean, when we start thinking about the color of the skin, you got to start thinking for the liver, of course. And I look at different tests in kidneys and liver. And, some people just look at certain parameters, and that doesn't necessarily mean that's correct. There's a lot more to it. Androgenic alopecia is a losing battle, but not wanting to take meds. Testosterone is usually on the high side. Is that a problem? I do red light on my scalp and cranial massage. What else should I look into? Well, Jamie, you got to look into a whole lot of things. I don't really see again. Yeah, it is. It's that's a tough challenge, right? So when it comes to alopecia, okay, or hair loss or androgenic alopecia, you have to look at a lot of different things. Just a spitball here. So number one, the microbial status, in the scalp and the hair follicles, right? And if there's bacteria or typically fungal, contributing to that. That's good that you're doing red light on there and cranial massage and things like that. There's derma rolling, there's microcurrent, but the other thing is what's going on with the biological train inside of the body. There's a lot of different things like that. There can be a parasite, issue going on there. There can be a mineral issue. There can be multiple of those things, and they're not in balance, and therefore, in you, it might be manifesting in that. If you're saying testosterone is on the high side, are you talking about DHT? Which testosterone are you referring to? Is what I would really like to know more about. Matt, yes, new product. Bam! FHSMX. So this is my fulvic, humic, shilajit, and marine mineral cellular balancing complex. It combines the best of all of those things into one lovely product. It's awesome. Super concentrated, 3 months supply. It's dope sauce. So this is going to be available next week. Man, I get to talking so much and just air conditioned air dries my throat out. What's up, TikTok? Thank you for all the likes. I appreciate it. What's up, Christina? Nice to have some of my VIPs back in the house. I mean, I haven't been on for a little bit, but hey, if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, feel free to tap that screen. Give me some hearts. Share it with your friends and loved ones. Let them know that Dr. AGB is in the house. All of you over there on Facebook, or Meta, you don't have that ability. Isn't that terrible? It's so behind. Come on, you guys got to tell Zuck what's up. Potential to help, potential to harm. Great question, Matt. As per balance protocol, inclusionary, exclusionary criteria, neither. There's no contraindications. None. It's correct and available for every man, woman, and child, and even your plants and furry family members. All dose dependent, of course. The dose is 3 to 5 drops, QD to TID, and you can put it into any fluid or liquid that you want. And it's awesome. So it has a low pH, 2.9. So it's going to be very friendly to the stomach. So there's not going to be any upset. So there's that. You could say not potential to harm, but you can potentiate. This will potentiate any and all supplements that you are taking, if you are, right? Because of course it's going to facilitate transportation and facilitation of nutrients across membranes. So that's the cool thing about it. So it could potentiate other things that you're consuming. So that's what's really awesome about it, right? Boom. Other ingredients is none, zero. There's no preservative, dyes, colors, or nothing. And then, of course, I've extracted the fulvic and humic in a rectification process that I created, and the shilajit. That's what the S stands for. So everything that shilajit is, bam, everything that it sucks, like dealing with those pastes and sitting having to wait and have it dissolve and the taste and all that crap, and all the minerals bound in all that carbon is freed up. So I've rectified the shilajit and put it in here for you. So it's a 3-month supply. It's 300 servings in that one bottle. It's awesome sauce. The benefits, Christy, here's the thing. So we talk by way of benefits, okay? Because some people may or may not know me, but I have this saying to where I'm not a big fan of everybody taking things for things. All the pills, potions, powders, right? There's a lot of people selling that kind of fun stuff. Well, this is foundational nutrition. That's the big key here. It's not like saying, hey, listen, take this for that, okay? It is, you could call it plant-based because it's, fulvic and humic, but and shilajit. But it's also sea mineral based, ancient sea minerals because we get it deep down in the earth, not out in the sea. When I say sea minerals, I don't want you to think it's just, salt water, because this is very low to no sodium. There's no sodium in there and no iodine. So that's the cool thing. It's different. So anyways, what it does is it helps to facilitate nutrient delivery and waste elimination. So that's the benefit. So for a lot of people, that's going to help everything from digestion to energy production, hydration, cellular integrity, enzyme activity, muscle endurance, stamina, hormone function, everything. Now, it's not the end all to begin. Well, it is the end all to begin all. But we don't make any claims like, oh my God, it's going to help you lose weight. And, oh my God, it's going to clear up all your brain fog. It can, but this is foundational mineral nutrition. That's the big thing. It has 2 to 4 to 10 to 20 times more minerals than anything out there like Celtic sea salt, which is very low in minerals. Because I have the certificate of analysis. Okay, I know what's in Celtic sea salt, and I know what's in all these other products, Redmonds and concentrates from trace minerals. What I did is I literally bought all those products and spent thousands and thousands of dollars to send them off to labs and have them third-party tested, as I did with my product, to make sure what's in it is in it. And there's no other mineral supplement like it on the planet. I can definitely say it. Not one that I found. And I know this because I've actually paid for the chemical laboratories to assess them. And I'm going to publish all those results with everybody out there along with mine. So you'll see them side by side. Everybody will be able to see them for themselves from unbiased third-party laboratories. And I did multiple labs too because I wanted to make sure that we looked at everybody's stuff. Right? So pretty awesome. FHSMX be available for purchase next week. I'll be back on TikTok here and be talking about this quite a bit. So stay tuned for that. I just wanted to go ahead and let people know ahead of time. I'm super excited. My line has historically only been available for physicians only to provide to their patients. I've now changed the company model and mission and opening it up to the public. Matt, you'll be able to purchase it from our website next week. What's up, Monty? And here's the cool thing, you guys. I'm having an ambassador program. So in other words, you know how everybody likes to go on here and that unicity junk? It is shit. Okay. Unicity is just garbage. It is a marketing scam. Okay. Multi-level marketing. Okay. It's horrible. It doesn't do the things they do. But here's the cool thing. But I know why people like that. They want to share what they do because word of mouth advertising is the best. And listen, we're all capitalists. We want to share things. We make products, right? So this is a product that I manufacture. I make. I own my own facilities, right? So It's not somebody else making it for me. It's not private label. But there are people who want to share it. So the good news is I have an ambassador program, and all of you guys, anybody can sign up, and actually you can share in the love, and there's profitability in it. So Monty, you'll love that. Monty's one of our resident dietary supplement experts. Matt knows a lot about stuff. He's awesome sauce. He is the Sauna King. Brandon, you're absolutely a genius too. Question is, can FHSMX help raise blood pressure by restoring electrolytes? No. That's the cool thing. I built this in such a way, formulated and created it, so that way it is not going to raise or lower blood pressure. It is neutral when it comes to that. Does it help to restore electrolytes? Yes. Okay. But what it doesn't do is create a change directly in blood pressure, because we don't want to do that. Remember, this is a source of mineral nutrition. That's what it does. Okay. So it's going to make the body work more efficient, but no, it's not going to raise blood pressure. Okay. So that's the cool thing. So I'm super, super excited about that. Mona Lisa's got a question. High histamine intolerance. Besides food, what other can cause it? Okay, so histamine intolerance, yes. Okay, so yes, besides food, so food, um, your body's response to food. So remember, histamine comes from and derived from the amino acid histidine. So yes, an overly consumed histidine diet can potentiate a histamine intolerance. But histamine is more complex than that. That's a little question. It's got a big answer. So I'm just going to, Mona Lisa, I'm going to give you just a couple of thoughts on here. The first thing is we have to always make sure, is it truly a histamine intolerance? Okay, so you can test very cheaply. You can go to directlabs.com and you can get a whole blood histamine test and see. Okay, so I'm not gatekeeping, but you have to really quantify, qualify, measure, and monitor, and make sure that your presumptions, notice I didn't say assumption, but you're presumption that histamine intolerance is in fact histamine. Okay, so let's say it is. Okay, because if it's not, could be other things. The body's immunological response, in its infinite, divinely created intelligence, will produce a histamine reaction. Okay, if its immune cells, like its memory B cells, are saying, "Hey, listen, whenever this food is consumed, create this reaction because I have a loss of tolerance of being able to transform that into self." Okay, so besides all that funny language, it can be caused by a perfect symphony of things that are nutrient deficiencies, stressors, microbes, allergens, and toxins. Okay, so those 5 things can produce to that. Okay, so if your body does have latent, dormant microbial infection, that can do it. Excessive heavy metals, that can do it. Stressors like physical and psychological stress, retained trauma in your body's cells and crystalline structure. I know that sounds a little woo-woo and fruity biscuits, but it's true. Unresolved trauma does manifest in biological terrain imbalances, period, full stop. But the thing about it is that also stressors from the environment. So excessive body voltage, radio frequency, so EMF, aberrations in light and circadian biology can lend towards histamine intolerance. There's a lot of things, Mona Lisa. That's why Balanced Protocol teaches you how to address and assess that. And you go to balancedprotocol.com, go through the Prime course, and it will walk you through the tenets and principles of what Balanced Protocol is, which is a clinical method and framework that helps you once and for all find out what health and wellness strategies are right and correct specifically for you. Glad to answer, Mona Lisa. More questions if you guys got them coming. I'm going to be on here for a little bit more till my family comes back home. The princesses shall arrive. Oh, I think I hear the garage opening. Speak of the princesses. So Monty, what's up, brother? How you been? Matt, when we gonna hang out? We've got some unsettled business we gotta handle, Matt, if you're still here. And TikTok. What's going on, man? Y'all got any more questions for me? Hey, if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. If you're not new and you're enjoying what we're talking about tonight, feel free to tap that screen a few times, give me some likes if you don't mind. Share, tap that share button, let people know that I'm on. I'll probably be on here for another 20 minutes or so, maybe only 15. We'll see how it goes because I'm protective of my sleep. That's the secret to longevity and health right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, histamine is an issue for a lot of people. They chase it. And they don't want to get to the root cause of it. I mean, you could take DAO and different things and antihistamines, but you got to get down to the bottom of it. It has to do with one of my allostatic controls, but every patient is a little bit different. You have to work foundationally because everybody will manifest different problems based upon similar imbalances. Like some people can have all the same imbalances, but it'll manifest in psoriasis. Other people it'll be, mental and cognitive impairment. So that's why in Balance Protocol we don't treat symptoms, right? We support systems, which is one of the reasons why I created this particular product because it is the ultimate systems support. It's not for any type of symptom. Mm-hmm. Well, if you guys are going to be a little quiet tonight, I might go ahead and sign off early. How about that? Now the family has returned. We're hanging out at the mother-in-law's house around the corner. Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh, somebody's been Halloween shopping. What in the world? Woman, what are you... Oh my goodness. Look what my wife just brought home to me. Where'd you go, babe? Where'd you go? Mm-hmm. That's actually good. That's not bad. Them bones, them dry bones. So we're gonna put this on the dock, huh? We're gonna put this out there for everybody riding their boat. I know he keeps cracking. I think he needs a dietary supplement. My good, that's actually pretty good. That's got some resistance. So you can position them. Well, this is a little impromptu. Okay, please tell me you didn't spend $100 on it. Jeez, plastic. It's crazy, man. At least my wife, she'll be shopping, but she will, totally, go for some deals. You know what I mean? It's pretty funny. I can imagine people coming through on TikTok on this, like, what in the world is this guy talking to? Well, basically, you have your clavicle. No, thank you, honey. All right, cool. That'd be fun. Yeah, kind of get in the spirit of, All Hallows Eve. All right, TikTok and Facebook. I'm gonna let you out of here. Ulysses, love that name, man. That's great. Love it, love it. I hope that's pronouncing that right, but I've always seen around. Cool. Well, good to hear from you too. Yeah, key five. That's right, Brandon. I love you, man. You're so awesome. That's exactly right. Structural balance protocol. Key five. Structural. Nice, nice, nice. All right, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I know you guys have a lot of choices on who you like to fly with and travel. We appreciate you being on Balance Protocol Airlines. Christine, good night, sweetheart. Nice to see you again. And you guys look forward to it. I'll tell you guys more. I'll be back on here. I'm gonna be pimping it out. I'm gonna be pimping it hard. I'm gonna be coming out there for you guys. And I'll let everybody know pretty soon what's going on. You'll get a lot more information, and I really do encourage you all to try it. It's gonna have an amazing money back guarantee, right? So if you don't like it, for up to 90 days, just you can just send it back. And no questions asked, and I'll give you 100% back. So there's no risk, no foul. It's going to be awesome. All right, Mary, good night. Love you guys. All right, you guys, until next time, live life in balance.